I have been following all the bullish news happening around XDC, and I actually have been highlighting it as well. Now, one of the most common comments under any of these videos is technically, all right, well, with all of this bullish news and all this good news, why isn't the price action there? And the simple answer for that is, well, go look at what's happening over in the Middle East. Go look at the, reaction to the trade war that started back in January, and it's still ongoing today. Look at the riots that are happening in the US. The environment right now is telling retail to be fearful. Don't be buying. You should be scared. You should be worried. You should be concerned, which is impacting the market. That's what's causing us to be so, boring, and everyone's not even paying attention to crypto. But we're very, very close to making all-time highs on not just, crypto, but also on stocks. And this is why this is like a perfect time for us to actually be paying attention, because while everyone is focused on everything else, we're sitting here and we're really kind of watching all of these big moves happening around specific projects in the space that are extremely overlooked, extremely undervalued, and in my opinion, will net us some significant ROI this cycle. Now, with that, let's actually talk about a few things. Number one, let's talk about the fact that XDC Network has now joined the Ubix Foundation to deploy Ubix settlement on XDC Network and support the efforts for a global stablecoin settlement network. Now, if you guys don't know, Ubix, we have here 2 months ago, we released the Ubix white paper. Today, we announced a $10 million seed round led by Galaxy Ventures with participation from Coinbase Ventures, Founders Fund, Van Eck, and industry stakeholders to deliver the global clearing system that will unlock stablecoin ubiquity. And if we actually look at this fully, we have all of the players that will be a part of this. But on top of that, we have today's stablecoin market still faces key barriers to mass adoption. Users face friction with on and off ramps. Issuers must build their own distribution network from scratch. Corporates and banks still can't treat stablecoins as cash equivalents on their balance sheets. Ubix addresses these challenges by connecting many stablecoin issuers with many financial institutions across many blockchains. Stablecoins can be redeemed at par directly into existing bank and fintech accounts, dramatically expanding market access and utility. In addition to stablecoin issuers, today we're announcing numerous partnerships with industry leaders who will equip traditional financial players with wallets, analytics, and other essential technology for the stablecoin epoch. This pluralistic approach, growing the entire pie by making stablecoins fungible with other forms of money, is a critical step towards making stablecoins universally accepted and bridging the gap between traditional finance and digital assets. The tech is ready, regulatory clarity is emerging, every business and institution needs a stablecoin strategy. The Ubix Association is here to help form your strategy, connect with partners, and prepare for the stablecoin epoch. Now, what's interesting about this, right, is that XDC Network, and this is actually for those that maybe don't know about this, if we actually look at the ecosystem, and I don't know if it's actually on here or if it's on the actual XDC Foundation's website, but I do know that they recently announced XDC.pay. Let me actually go to XDC.pay real quick. I believe this is the link. 1 second, let me find it. All right, I do apologize. It was actually XDC.cash. I thought it was XDC Pay, but this is the feature of payment with XDC Network. This is for pretty much anything, especially when it comes to even stablecoins, for an example. We have revolutionizing payments for fintech companies, cross-border payment institutions, and next-generation crypto payment solutions. That could be a mix of stablecoins or pretty much anything to do with crypto-based payments. But we do have the breakdown of their core products, which is ISO 2002 messaging for cross-border payments, cross-chain bridge, and then fiat on and off ramp, which is 80 plus countries that they have on and off ramps around. But the fact that this is already a solution, and this is partnered up with Archax, for an example, Securitize, Mercado Bitcoin, and a few other big players, including, of course, SBI, VC Trade, I think that this is actually the perfect overall partnership to actually bring into the ecosystem, because Ubix is fully, focused on global clearing and settlement networks for stablecoins. This could definitely be a big +1 for XDC.cash, and especially with all of the big news happening around stablecoin legislation and regulation, this is definitely, perfect for XDC.cash, which, by the way, I think is still in beta phase right now, because we actually have here, in terms of like these images, these are demo purpose images. But I'm definitely, very focused on this. I'm actually very bullish on pretty much any stablecoin initiative or any payment initiative in crypto right now, especially with the, floodgates essentially opening for stablecoins. Outside of that, we also have a big update, which is Archax actually. So talking about the fact that Archax is partnered up with XDC.cash, over here we have XDC Network partners with Archax to deliver MiCA-compliant white paper bolstering institutional blockchain adoption. This partnership boosts our readiness for EU regulations and solidifies XDC's institutional strategy as we lead the charge in RWA tokenization. Why this matters? Well, MiCA's stringent standards are transforming the EU's 1 trillion plus crypto market. XDC's white paper aligns with the growing demand for compliance among CASPs and institutions. XDC 2.0's advanced security and forensics monitoring solidify our enterprise-grade infrastructure. As the only blockchain in the trade finance distribution initiative, XDC is bridging the $5 trillion trade finance gap. The future of compliant enterprise-grade blockchain is here. Now, yes, this is actually very exciting to see. We also know that XDC did join the MiCA Alliance previously. That's with big players like Ripple, a part of it. I believe Hedera also might be a part of that. But this is also just another big update. And of course, when it comes to Archax, Archax is a game-changing platform. It's basically a protocol around RWA tokenization, and they are basically a big enabler, I would say, of the tokenization revolution, partnered up with Algorand, Hedera again, Ripple, Polygon, and a few other big players from the space as well. So love to see this. This is great. And with all of these standards happening around the world, I mean, MiCA is definitely one of the first major ones. Now in the US, we're starting to see some pretty big moves happening around legislation as well. And we're definitely focused on tokenization in a big way, because tokenization is going to unlock so much. And when we think about that, right, we have to focus on what it does for specific overall asset classes out there, or even markets like trade finance. Now, on top of that, we also have over here from XDC Foundation. XDC Network was on the main stage at the Plug and Play TC Silicon Valley June Summit. And this is actually with Atul Kakade. He actually delivered a keynote and shared the vision for RWA tokenization on XDC. And if I actually look at this, right, we have over here, I want to open this up in a new tab just to kind of show you guys the slide. Here we have the XDC Network Ventures ecosystem. So we have the XVC Tech Fund, which is a $150 million fund, which is bridged into the Plug and Play partnership, which is short list of projects in payments and RWA tokenization. And then this is also going into tokenized regulated stablecoin fund solutions, which will also be bridged to corporates and governments. And then on the right side, you have venture funds, funds of funds, family offices, tokenization, trade finance, and payments framework. And then we also have the venture builders. So this is actually very exciting to see, because this ecosystem is going to unlock so much around XDC, not just because of these funds, right? Because, these funds are definitely huge in terms of like the XVC Tech Fund, which is 150 million. That's big. But also the partnerships with like Plug and Play, because we already started to see some pretty big updates happening around that Plug and Play partnership. For an example, one big one is Plume. So recently, Plume did announce, by the way, because they actually participated in the RWA Accelerator program, from March to June, we worked closely with teams on the frontier of RWA tokenization, learning, building, and expanding the RWA 5 vision. Now, within this, we have the XDC Foundation team has been nothing short of exceptional throughout this journey. Their professionalism, technical expertise, and unwavering support have been instrumental in helping Accelerator participants navigate the complexities of RWA tokenization. And then down here we have what made this Accelerator special was the caliber of mentorship and resources provided. Learning from XDC Network's expertise in trade finance and RWA tokenization was invaluable for our growth. This Accelerator culminated in an incredible showcase event at Plug and Play TC's San Mateo hub. Witnessing the innovation and collaboration between startups, investors, and industry leaders was truly inspiring. Big thanks to XDC Foundation and Plug and Play for the platform. The program unlocked real momentum for Plume, actually, new strategic partnerships, fresh ideas for RWA infrastructure, deeper integrations with the XDC ecosystem as well, and we're just getting started. Now, what's really exciting about this, and a lot of people actually don't know this, is how big Plume is becoming. Okay, number one, Plume has 1 million followers. Okay, they're not like a new name in this game. On top of that, when we actually go over to the networks in the rwa.xyz networks tab, all right, this is where $13 billion is tokenized. If we scroll down, Plume is number 12. Okay, you might be looking at this and saying, well, all right, well, Plume is only number 12. Yeah, they're number 12, but this is recent because if we go to Plume's overall breakdown, we could see that their RWA value is $84 million. This is up 145% in the last 30 days. If we go back to just the middle of May, this was sitting at $36 million. The holders is up almost 38,000%, by the way, in the last 30 days. 90, almost 4,000. Stablecoin market cap up 189%, 100 almost 20 million. Stablecoin holders also up 14,500+%. This is sitting at almost 64,000. And we can see the growth here, by the way. Stargate, 600 and almost 30%. Nest, 100 and almost 40%. Superstate, almost 100%. Mercado Bitcoin, almost 500%. So the growth here for Plume has been incredible. And this is accelerated by, for an example, these accelerator programs. So the fact that Plume is working with XDC also tells me that XDC's overall value on chain will also grow. Right now, RWA value, stablecoin market cap, both down. But I'm not too concerned about it, considering the fact that we have yet to actually see that $500 million hit XDC. We also haven't really witnessed all of the tokenized things of value, listed on rwa.xyz. But we also already know that there's a lot of accelerator programs happening. We also know that this was a very big event in which XDC was on main stage talking about the ventures ecosystem, which is also going to accelerate tokenization, trade finance, and payments frameworks around this to also enable, tokenized things of value, tokenized stablecoin solutions, just tokenization use cases in general. So very excited about this, very excited about the future for XDC. And again, we see more and more updates like this almost every single week. I mean, I've been talking about it. I've been addressing it. They've been holding so many big meetings. We see more and more updates happening around these networks. And again, the growth, the building, the marketing, everything happening around these building accelerator programs as well. All of this is very, very exciting to see. I know that I've been talking about XDC pretty much this entire year, addressing all of these big updates, and I'm sure that all of you see it as well. The network is growing. It's, really expanding rapidly. A lot more focus is put on XDC. We see continued launches of things like XDC.cash, which are going to become crucial pieces of the actual network, especially at a time where, payments and, stablecoins are starting to become more and more focused on as becoming like the big driver. I don't think that I even need to mention that, considering the fact that stablecoins just continue to grow every single month in crypto. We're nearing almost $3 trillion in the last 30 days in terms of monthly transfer volume. So, again, stablecoins are just going to continue to grow. And these networks that are really kind of focused on stablecoin initiatives, that are focused on payment initiatives as well, are going to be very big players. And the fact that we have confirmation from ventures ecosystem, which is going to be a big key driver of a lot of things, we can actually see that they're focused on tokenized regulated stablecoin fund solutions and payments as well. So love to see that. Very exciting to see XDC really kind of making a lot of noise. I think that this is going to continue to happen, and I look forward to the rest of this year for XDC. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on, because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.